Hey, welcome back. On the same day that Iowa defensive back Micah Hyde gets drafted by the Packers in the 5th round, the current group of Hawkeyes are trying to iron out a few things in their annual spring scrimmage. One of the big questions for the Hawkeyes, can any of the Iowa running backs stay healthy while also being productive? Sophomore Jordan Canzeri appears up to the task in uniform, recovering from a knee injury. He spins out of trouble, and it's off to the races. Canzeri gallops all the way down to the 10-yard line. And that'll lead to a Hawkeye touchdown. Another popular question, who will be starting at quarterback? Redshirt freshman C.J. Beathard was accurate in the short passing game. He looked like the best quarterback in the first half to this guy, but in the second half, the signal callers really settle in. Sophomore Jake Rudock finds Blake Haluska. If that name sounds familiar, it should. Blake is the younger brother of former Iowa basketball player Adam Haluska, and Coach Ferentz was also impressed with the play of junior Cody Sokol at the redshirt freshman Cameron Wilson, and the pair of the back-to-back passes in the fourth quarter. And a few snaps later, Sokol fakes the handoff, locates a wide-open Jake Doozy. The Iowa offense with the scrimmage using the new system as they win 61-37 over the defense. Well, the Bulls only managed 79 points in their Game 3 win over the Nets, but in Game 4, the Bulls almost doubled that number, and Nate Robinson almost broke one of Michael Jordan's records. Bulls trying to take a commanding 3-1 series lead in their playoff series with Brooklyn, trailing by 14 with 4 minutes to go. Nate Robb takes over. He personally oversees a 12-0 run, scoring 23 points in the fourth quarter alone, one shy of breaking MJ's record. Bulls back and force overtime in OT as Robinson with a ridiculous 20-footer. He's heating up and he's on fire. Robinson finishes with 34 points. Chicago up 2 with 2 seconds to go as he banks it in. But this one's going to get prolonged. Joe Johnson, he'll receive it on the inbound and sending this thing to double overtime. Joakim Noah would foul out, but Nazir Muhammad comes up with 2 clutch buckets late, getting the rebound off that. Up and good. Bulls win in triple overtime, 142-134. Bulls lead the series 3-1. They can close out the series Monday in Brooklyn. Now, how about some softball? UT and Moline tied at 1 in the 4th. Panthers on the prowl. Brooke cranks one for a single to left. Megan Bollinger hustles around, and she is safe with the errant throw. UT takes a 2-1 lead. Top 5. Lacey Wallbeezer crushes one to the wall. She misses a home run by inches, but she'll take the double. Next batter, Miranda Marion lays down the beautiful bunt. Michaela Guthrie comes around on the sacrifice, and guess what? We're tied up on 2 apiece. A few seconds later, Bollinger helps the Panthers avoid further damage by making this play. Great play on the defensive side, but we do get the go-ahead run into the 3rd, but bottom 7th, Mackenzie Gustafson sneaks a single pass in the hole. Natalie Brown gets the green light, and she is in there. What a finish. Panthers winning a walk-off 3-2. Well, Moline salvages the split, taking the second game 6-2, so the two teams are tied for first place in the conference. Allman also sweeps Galesburg 8-4 and 11-7. And the defending Western Big Six champs from Galesburg trying to hand an undefeated Allman its first loss. Fives in the 3rd. Pioneers load the bases in the bottom of the 1st. John Tracy works the count to his favor and then laces a 2-run single to center. That brings 2 people around to score. 2-0 Allman after the opening frame. But later, and it was the next batter, a nice play there on the defensive side. And again, next batter, Sam Luton, jumps on this pitch, and he jumps on the pitch, but that's the strikeout there as the Allman gets off the field. Later in the game, one deep to center field, but this one's going to be camped under for the easy out. And that moves us into brings in the sacrifice, and it winds up being just a long out, but a productive one. Allman extends the lead to 3-0 on that, but later more good pitching as they get another strikeout, and that's a 5-1 winner for the Pioneers in the home opener. Galesburg, however, does hand Allman its first loss in Game 2 with a 12-6 win. Moline also sweeps UT 3-2 and 2-1. Matt Brill strikes out a dirty dozen in the second contest. Fulton steams past Orion 6-1. Chargers also beat East Dubuque and Paw Paw. Cubs looking to hook the Marlins for the 3rd straight day. Look out! Luis Valbuena with a rocket shot back up the box. David DeJesus is on his horse, and he will score easily. Cubs take a 2-1 lead, but in the 7th, DeJesus at the dish. And Castillo, why don't you come on down? You're the next contestant on Score That Run. Cubs goes up 3-2. But things get dicey as usual when Carlos Marmol enters the game, but Starlin Casso erases the potential game-tying hit and just gets the force At second base, Cubs can break out the brooms on Sunday. White Sox get clobbered by the Rays 10-4. Gavin Floyd falls to 0-4 in that game. And also, Cardinals lose 5-3. Down on the farm, the Bandits steal one from the Lugnuts, and the Lumber Kings swim past the Captains 13-7. Burlington and Bowling Green were rained out.